Yo, what's poppin' guys, Sizzle here, and in this guide, I'm going to be showing you how to get the custom roles, right, the stuff you see all the streamers using in Among Us, right, the Sheriff, the Jester, things like that. It's pretty straightforward. First thing we're going to do is actually boot up the game to be able to check in on something real quick. When we boot the game, and this is just a guide for the Steam version, I don't really know how to do this for the other versions of the game, because I own the Steam version, that's what I play. But yeah, the bottom left, take note of this build version number. So we got 2024-1029S. And what we're going to do now is go to the link in the description, check to see if under the releases section, if that is the current version. If it is, you won't have to do this next step and you can skip to the next part of the video. You can see that's not the version of the game that is currently there, right? So that's a different version. So if that's a different version, and only if that's a different version, what you have to do is go to Among Us, then Properties, then Betas, then Beta Participation, and swap it to Public Previous. You get a little update button, you hit that, it'll swap the Public Previous. What we want to do next is actually delete all of our Among Us files. So we're going to go to Properties, Installed Files, and Browse. Just delete everything in here, and you want to do this even if the version is the right version. Then what you want to do from here is just hit verify integrity of game files, and it'll reinstall the game for you. All right, so you can see it's re-downloading the game. Once that's re-downloaded, we'll be good to go with actually setting up the mods. All right, so all you want to do once it's downloaded is the exact same thing: Properties, Installed Files, Browse. From here, you want to go up one level. So you can see we're in Common Among Us. You want to go to Common. You just hit this little up arrow here to do that. Copy the Among Us folder, paste it somewhere that you can find it easily. For me, I'm just going to put it on my desktop because that's where I can find it easily. Now you can close out of this window and close out of this window. And then if you had to go to Public Previous, you can now go to Properties, Installed File, Betas, and turn off the beta to go back to normal Among Us if you boot it through Steam. Because to play modded Among Us, we have to boot it through this new folder we just made, which you can rename to whatever you want, so we can name it like Among Us Mods if you want to do that. From here, go to the releases thing, go to the most recent one, hit download. It'll download a nice little zip file for you. Just drag that onto the desktop so you guys can see it. From here, right click, extract that zip file, and it'll open up in a folder like this. Open your Among Us Mods folder, open that new mod folder thingy, and just drag all those files directly into Among Us Mods, or whatever you called it, and just double click Among Us EXE. And from here, it'll take 4 to 5 minutes depending on your computer. On my computer, it only takes about a minute, but I'm still going to skip ahead to when it actually launches. You can see it stops swirling, but it will start swirling again. It just takes a little bit to install all the mods and kind of like set up the modded version of the game. But yeah, I'll go cut to when it actually launches. Alright, the game finally launched. It took me about 2 minutes. It will like pause and lag the first time through because this is the first time load still. You'll see if it worked, the little mod button in the corner as you're loading in. And then once you finally load in, you'll see Town of Us, right? Nice and simple. If you go to like actually play the game, just say like we make a lobby or whatever. You can see Bepinex, mods, Submerge, Town of Us, right? We get a host. We now have all the new other maps, which is really just Submerged as far as I understand it with this version of the mod. And yeah. Alright, we got all of our different mod settings. You can configure what you want to do with that. You can change the capacity, the settings, privacy. You can change the actual game settings, so like mod settings, you know, the amount of whatever role, everything else like that. Pretty straightforward stuff. And yeah, with that being said, hope you guys found this useful. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns in the comments below. Post-recording Sizzle here, and I just realized by default, at least for me, it set me to modded Asia, and that's why I had high-ass ping. Make sure you select the right region. I think it just picks Asia by default, so make sure you actually are in the right region so that your ping's right. But yeah, goodbye.